I'm going to give everyone just a second to click their message that they know that we're recording. And I'm going to call this March 11th, 2024 meeting of the Maryland Go Team to order at that, so there's no more echo. Okay. Call to order at 6:36 p.m. Paul, do you want to take attendance?
Yes. Sharon Briscoe.
Present.
Christy Perez.
Present.
Allison Thompson.
Then?
Paul Robertson. Ashley Hanshaw. She's
on FMLA with her baby, maternity leave.
Absolutely.
She brought him to school today.
Excellent. Monica Waldman.
Present.
Missy Snyder. I think she's absent, right? Elizabeth Broderick.
Present.
Scott Thorpe.
Present.
Kelsey Boyajian.
Present.
So we've got a quorum.
Perfect. Thank you all for coming. Okay, I think that the first item is to approve the draft agenda that was posted to the Go Team website. You will notice it is lean. We have one very important item of business. Can I have a motion to approve that draft agenda?
Motion to approve.
A second? Thank you. All those in favor, raise your hand or say aye. Okay, the motion passes. So the next is to approve the minutes from our last meeting, which feels like it wasn't that long ago. It was, I think it might have only been 2.5 weeks ago. Do I have a motion to approve those minutes?
Motion to approve.
Okay. In a second.
Second.
All those in favor, raise your hand or say aye. And the motion passes. Now we have 10 minutes available for public comment. I see we have one individual who I think may be a member of the public displayed as Waikisha. So want to see if you have anything you'd like to share with the Go Team during this 10-minute period.
No, thank you.
Okay, thank you for coming. So I think we can then move into our items of business, which, as noted, relate to passage of the budget that we have reviewed. Excuse me. Pardon me. I'm going to turn that over to Ms. Briscoe.
Okay, good evening, everybody. So we did a lot of extensive talking the last time. I will go ahead and just pull up the slide. DLC, let's see. I want to see it from slideshow. Are you all seeing the meeting from last week? I don't know. I might, my bar might be hiding from me. Oh, there we go. So show it slideshow. Okay. Oh, from the beginning. Okay. So I just was reviewing. This is where we are. And the last time together as a team, we filled out these budget parameters. This is just a quick reminder. And we talked about our priorities. I did fill in, fill in the strategies, and we're talking about with our priorities to be needing money. I just wanted to share that because the last time it was blank. I sent it to be posted. this afternoon. The budget that was presented to you all, and what's most important is this picture of the pie and how much is spent on students and instruction versus how much is spent on everything else. We talked about, oh shoot. Oh man, I forgot to add that piece to it. I'm sorry. Talked about I did add in all of our strategies. I'm sorry, I will go back again. So sorry, Paul. I'm gonna just add the APS 5 relation. And we talked about what we're creating and removing. So none of that has changed. So that is, I just wanted to share that. I will tell you that there has been a slight change. And I'm just going to be honest with you. I think that this will happen probably a couple more times as everything settles out. They're doing a new FTE count for GATE. I don't know if that will affect the number of students we have. I'm going to argue for it to increase. But also, there was a position after we met that I realized that was an hourly position, and nothing changed. It just came out of materials and supplies. The district, I met with my supervisor and human resources and the finance team together at our budget meeting. They have approved the budget as we submitted, and so all that's really left is to vote on it. So I don't do that.
Does anybody have anything they want to talk about, discuss related to the budget? Okay. Then I will call for a motion to approve next year's budget for Mary Lynn. Kelsey, in a second.
Yes. Second.
That was Waldman.
Yeah. So all those in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
Aye.
No opposed, so the motion passes. Congratulations.
So I know that that's all on our agenda, and we all have stuff to do. I just wanted to just make 2 comments, if that's okay. One is we do have our people in place who will be running for the board for the GO team next year. We have 2 staff members and 2 community members or parents. I don't know who they are yet. I know that the GO team will let me know, and then there will be the election, so they have some paperwork to fill out for that. And then you should have gotten today, everybody on this team should have gotten something today about the principal search for the new principal of Mary Lynn Elementary. Yeah, I'm sure you probably didn't like getting that email. But the good news is that you all are going to be a really big part of the process for selection. I will not be involved in that process at all. Just so you know that I am very willing, though, if you saw the timeline, that the announcement should be made, or the recommendation to the board on May 9th, which gives me 3 weeks or so to work with the new person to help them transition smoothly. I want to make sure that they're there for that. So if you have any questions about the process, Matt Rogers, the person that sent that email, is the person for you to reach out to. We posted today the data collection. They're going to be doing a survey to talk to staff and parents to get input on what it is that they're looking for. Then there will be a Zoom meeting that you all are invited to. And then some of you, if not all of you, will be invited to sit on the community panel for interviewing. Anybody have any questions about that? Okay, that's
I
it.
have
That's all
lots
I
of
wanted to
questions, but not for you.
You can ask them to me.
Um,
I'll answer anything I can. I don't mind staying on if you want. If you have some questions.
I I'm sure that I will take advantage of that in just a second, but I wanted to circle back because our agenda had a second discussion item, and I left it on there from the sort of forum agenda from the Go Team office because I wasn't frankly really sure what this was, and I'm hoping that Diane can explain. So our discussion item 2 says Security Grant Survey. And
Oh,
from Googling, I gathered that there may be some sort of grant funding happening, but
yeah, I
that's
can
sort
tell
of the
you,
best I got.
I'm not sure if Diane knows what it is. I do. Do you know what it is, Diane? It's the money that from the Atlanta Public School Security Department. It's a grant that they are trying to divvy amongst the schools. And the question is, what do we want to do with our money? It's not enough to pay for a full-time resource officer. And I don't know exactly how much it is or exactly when the money is coming, but it would definitely be something that the Go Team would discuss in terms of what our priorities are for spending that money. Diane.
So it's a potential grant from the state. It's as we've said before, the budget season is budget season for everybody, not just at the school level, but for the district and also for the state legislature. If the grant is approved in its current form, the district will receive $45,000 for security measures for every school. The APS Operations Department has asked principals to discuss the possibilities with their Go Team and actually rank them. So Principal Briscoe, I believe that you were sent a link, and it is our understanding that operations has asked that you open up that link and discuss that survey with your Go Team sometime between now and March 29th and actually submit the survey.
Do you
Because
know who it came from?
Huh?
Do you know
So Larry Hoskins from operations sent it, but we also included it in the email that included the template for tonight's meeting, the PowerPoint template. So if you look required, maybe you should see it. And because we knew all teams would be having an approval meeting by March 15th,
okay.
we thought that teams would prefer to have only one meeting rather than 2 in March.
Okay. I do see it. If we want to just take a few minutes, I will share it real quick with you. And I don't think that we necessarily have to have the answer to it today. But let me show you.
So, like I said, it's our understanding that operations would like one survey submitted for each school before March 29th.
Mm-hmm.
So, if you as a Go Team don't come to consensus and submit the survey today, then you should plan to come back so that you can submit the survey sometime before spring break.
Okay. All right. Well, here's the grant. And it says that every school would get $45,000.
Is it every school or 45,000?
For every school.
Okay, that's a lot.
Okay. So school resource officer, the salary and benefits is $100,000 a year. So we would have to find the other $55,000 for that. And that would not be my recommendation to have a person all day. You can see that we can't guarantee your SRO position will be filled. We have to find somebody who's willing to take the job. There's currently 30 vacancies in the high schools and middle schools. It's kind of like the bus driving situation. Lots of vacancies. We could share another SRO with another school or 2 other schools. What we currently do now, and I don't pay for it, so I wouldn't say that it was particularly effective. And then there's, we can talk about what other things we want to do. Adding ballistic film to the windows, fencing, additional exterior lighting, student ID system, additional badge readers, additional cameras, a non-instructional security aid. That's just kind of like a hall monitor, which I also don't think we need. Two-way radios, invest in some different coverings and blinds, metal detectors, or clear book bags for students. So I think what they're asking us to do is to rank in order which is it's a lot of things to rank in order, but that's what they're asking us to do.
Yeah, you can drag them up and down.
Yeah.
So
So does anybody have any initial thoughts about this?
I put
Is
metal
it-
detectors at the bottom of the list.
I guess my question would be, what do you think the school needs, Ms. Briscoe? Because I think you probably have the most informed view on it.
I really don't know. I possibly additional badge readers. Right now we have, so there's 28 entrances and exits to our building because the building has been piecemealed together. It's crazy. They're all numbered, and you can't get in and out of all of them. And so maybe like adding a badge reader to that, maybe having a student ID system to like an easier way to pick up kids.
These little dots on the, like, does that expand in any way, or like this is
No.
literally the only information?
That's the only information. I mean, I think cameras are always great to have. You know, we don't have cameras in classrooms, which we probably won't have, but we might get more cameras on the outside so we can make sure that we're seeing, the whole security of the building. We always need two-way radios because we give them to our grade level chairs. So that when they go outside for recess, if there's an emergency, we can call for them. I would say definitely cameras first.
That's what I was gonna say, Miss Briscoe. I think my vote would be the cameras and then maybe the badge reader, then additional lighting. I don't know.
What
Maybe in the
what do you think about additional two-way radios?
So I feel like in theory, a lot of teachers, say that they would use the two-way radio, but then we actually forget it in our classrooms and then we just bring our cell phones out.
Hmm.
So
I was gonna say the same as Kelsey. I think the phone is a better and more
Yeah.
effective way. I think
Mhm.
the lighting, I agree. I think the lighting is probably the most important.
especially in the back, it's so dark there in the morning.
So do you want me to put that first?
I would
Mm.
either do that or the additional cameras first.
All right.
And then the extra badges, maybe 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think we can switch. I mean, I think that we could maybe we could split an officer, because I don't think anything else is. Oh, it's so hard to manipulate. Every time I move it, it goes all the way down to the end.
Clicking when you get there, does it not?
No, it just, come on. It goes up, up, up. Let me see if I can just move it up. No, what a pain in the took us. Okay. I mean, I think that we have adequate fencing. I wouldn't mind if they added the film to the windows in the main lobby. But
You're probably not going to get much past the first and second ranked items with $45,000.
Yeah.
exactly, that's right. I think we're set with wall coverings. No, we're not. I just don't see us doing clear book bags. I don't.
Their book bags are really awful.
Yeah.
Um,
I'll put 2A. radios up there, student ID system. I don't think it.
My reaction just was sort of similar. I would put that that student ID systems up higher because I mean, I do think that it's important, you know, and I know like there's some other schools that have some sort of, you know, they have like various ways to sort of like monitor the way that kids are tracked on a daily basis electronically for dismissal and, you know, boards and all of that I think could be helpful, probably not like an absolute necessity.
How about right there?
Yeah. I also think the badge readers, based on what you said and, you know, kind of just thinking about the school, like having badged entry into all of those multiple doors, it would also be nice.
Yeah, like maybe the gates to the back, where we have snack in 5th grade.
Yeah.
That would be a great addition.
Okay. Well, I don't want them all to be badged, but I just want, you know, like if it's an emergency and I'm trying to get in and I'm in, you know, a certain area, I have to find another door to get in. So I think that that's great. Okay. Anybody have any other thoughts about this ranking where we have this right now?
Looks good.
Yeah, I agree in general. Once you get past like the top 3, it's not likely you're gonna get any of them.
Yeah.
I kind of wish that you could just put like, 15 for like the bottom 4 or something. It's like, just no, we don't want it.
All right. Speak now or forever hold your peace. I'm submitting.
Go for it.
Boom. Okay. All right.
Well, I'm glad I left that on there, even not knowing what it was.
Me too.
Okay. Well, you also stole my thunder a little bit because I also wanted, even before getting into the principal's report, to just sort of say on this recording that will be memorialized forever on the internet, how grateful, like on behalf of the entire Maryland community, how grateful I know we all are for everything that you have done over the last, you know, basically decade for the school and the community and the kids. And you are going to be greatly, greatly, greatly missed.
Thank you. I won't be missed that much. I'll be right here on Iverson Street. Y'all will see me.
Not the same, Ms. Briscoe. It's not the same. The staff feels the same way. I know that.
It's not the same.
We're talking also like Ms. Thompson that you have made a tremendous impact in our children's lives, including my own children. So, and in the school, you made it from like good to great, like someone commented, and I just, you know, you will be extraordinarily missed. I know that you'll be
Thank you.
around in the neighborhood, but it's not the same.
Thank you. Just so y'all know, I will miss you too. I feel like a very crazy, untethered person. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to do something. I have to have a job so I can pay this mortgage. But yeah, it's been 30 years. And I've been saying to myself, you know, I had to say to myself, when my dad retired, you know, a big corporate person, he was there for Johnson & Johnson. I've been here longer than he was there. So I'm like, ooh, I'm old. So, new chapter. I appreciate all the sweet things that you all are saying, though, and we're going to celebrate. Change is good.
And congrats to you on whatever it is.
Can't wait to celebrate you. We love you.
So, you know, I guess then circling back to, I don't remember if I personally received that email about the search yesterday or today, but it was very recently. And so I haven't even really had time to go through. I don't know if any of the rest of us have. And so my main question about that is really to try to understand what that means in terms of what we actually need to be doing as a Go team between now and I think we actually have a meeting that's set for April, sometime at the end of April. I want to say maybe the 30th.
Yeah, so
Um,
really there's nothing for you to be doing right now. What's going to happen is this survey is put up to the community, and that's going to be open from the 11th to the 20th. And so right now they're just data collecting. Then they'll reach out, then there'll be those 2 meetings. One is with the staff and one is with the community. And then they'll reach out to you and let you know what to do. But there's nothing, like, you don't have to do anything. The district is doing all the data collecting. The only thing they're going to ask you to do is sit in on the interviews. You don't have to prepare a statement or do anything like that as a Go team.
that's good to know. Um, my other question probably is actually for you, Diane, and I'm sure that this information that I can look up, but it just occurred to me kind of thinking through this. We do have that meeting currently set for April 30th. I think, historically as a school and a Go team, we've kind of used this March meeting. We've conducted all the business of the Go team by this March meeting. We've sometimes, I think, canceled that meeting because we felt like there wasn't a need to have it, but also it could be useful as sort of a, introduction of the new Go team members, but I'm not 100% sure what the timeline is for the election of the new members. So I'm just wondering if you can help me understand that so that we can then talk about what to do with that April meeting.
So right now the elections are scheduled from April 16th through 28th, I think. Don't quote me. I'm trying to remember what date. But they're scheduled for about 10 days in there. I don't have it in front of me right now. And then we embargo the results for at least 5 days. So you probably wouldn't have the results by the 30th. First off, the April meeting, you could invite all of the candidates to come to the meeting as guests so that, for that transition, especially because Principal Briscoe is retiring. Congratulations, by the way, and thank you. It could also be used as an opportunity to let the community know, like, what's happening. I will be honest, I don't know what HR always does. I know that they survey you all, then they contact the chair and the vice chair, and you guys help look at some of the applications based upon what the community says the profile of a principal looks like. And then the whole Go team goes into as part of the interview for the top 3 to 4 candidates, I believe it is. Again, HR controls this. It could have changed. And then you make recommendations to the superintendent. So the final choice is the superintendents and the boards, but your voice does weigh heavily in that. I'm not sure what HR's process is for releasing that profile of a principal, like those results of the that might be something that the community might find interesting.
Yeah. So, I guess given this, and this is obviously a very important task and process, I'm going to recommend that we keep that meeting, and we will sort of wait until we get closer and maybe have more and better information about the timeline and where things stand with respect to the principal search, to set the agenda, but it would almost certainly be related to that. At a minimum, giving whatever update can be given at that meeting. But if anybody else has different thoughts or anything else they want to comment on related to any of that, let me know.
I think that sounds good.
So does my dog. Okay.
All right.
So we have Ms. Briscoe, I don't know if you have anything that you want to give in terms of a principal report, but that's the next item on our agenda.
No report to speak of.
Okay. then we'll move right into announcements. The only announcements that I had, reporting from the foundation and or the PTA were, I'll start, I guess, with the PTA. There is the Maryland movie night, which I think is
It was already.
last week. Yeah.
Yep.
That, so I was looking at my watch going, I think that was a late report, but I'm sure it was great. We did not get to go on a Thursday night. If any of you attended, I would be happy for you to give a report. The events are always wonderful though. And then, there is Linnapalooza that is coming up in, it's on the 24th. I don't know if that's in 1 week or two, but maybe a week and a half. That I know there are lots of kiddos who have been working very, very hard getting ready for that. So if anyone's interested, I think that tickets for that are going to be released to non-family members of performers either later this week or the beginning of next week. And then for the foundation, obviously the big announcement was the massive boom of donations that came in, and they exceeded their target fundraising for the year, so that's great. And the donor party is also in a matter of weeks. March is a very, very busy month. Does anybody else have any other announcements?
I'd have a couple quick ones if I may. One, the calendar survey is out. So if you have not taken the calendar survey, please be sure to do that. It's open until the 15th. You can find information. I'll put it in the chat, but please make sure it gets to all of your stakeholders. There's the website that it's at. The other thing is please make sure that you complete all of your Go Team trainings. So that's budget, ethics, and new member orientation. That's all I've got.
I was just going to ask if we have any pathway to making a request for the school start time to be reverting back to the later time, or if we're going to be stuck with the earlier time permanently.
That would probably be a question for the superintendent's office and your board members.
School board members?
School board member. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the superintendent.
I think Paul, at least what I am always told and hear in all of the conversations lamenting about all the things related to timing is that it's the buses. So I think unless and until the bus situation changes, we may be stuck a little bit. Including with the middle school not getting out till 4:15.
Okay.
So before I forget, Paul, would you mind reaching out to Christina Hodgen, and because I think that this has gone out, but just I know there was a special rocket blast that went out today about the principal survey, but would you just double check and make sure that she's included the calendar survey link in something recently that has gone out and some notification that it closes on the 15th? Thank you. Okay. So we're back into public comment. Waikisha, we have another 10 minutes if you, at this point, at the end of the meeting, have any interest in making public comment. Okay, I will take silence as an indication of no interest. And with that, I will call this meeting of the Maryland Go Team adjourned. Oh, I think we have to move. Sorry, guys. May I have a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Second.
A second? Okay, all those in favor? It is unanimous. Motion passes, and we are adjourned at 7:10 p.m.
Thanks, everyone.
So much, y'all. Have a good night.
Thank you. Good night.